What is up, everybody? What is going on? This is Anthony with VR 365. What is the latest, bro? It is currently 1 p.m. Pacific time. It is April 19th, and it is Friday. That's probably the best news of the day. It is Friday. That is a good thing in certain ways. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So I got to tell you guys, today's show, do I have topics planned? Do I have all kinds of things laid out? Do I have clips of the latest somebody's video that I'm breaking down? Nah, I ain't got none of that. We're looking at a shiz show today to be absolutely certain. Okay, so this is going to be a shiz show. Apologies for that aspect of it. I basically just got home here not too long ago, just got off work actually, just got back, and I got to bounce out of here. I don't got that long to do this, and so I just kind of got to do this show and then get the hell out of Dodge. So that's kind of the way it's going to work. But you know what? We want to start our show off and appreciate the people that support the show. And we always like to say that we have a sponsor, and let's go ahead and go to the sponsor for today's show. And the sponsor is Jose G. Rodriguez Gonzalez. A bit of a mouthful, but Jose, much love. Thank you so much for supporting the Patreon, for supporting VR 365, for supporting VR Game Rankings. It's a major help. It absolutely is. It's absolutely huge. I do appreciate all the support from everybody over the last couple of days. It's really been really awesome, actually. Quite awesome and quite incredible. So much love. Thank you so much, Jose G. Rodriguez Gonzalez. Definitely a mouthful, but much appreciated. Thank you so much, Jose. Really appreciate that. Okay, now, after we did that, I don't know what else to do. Don't have anything else situated here, but let's go ahead and grab a different trailer anyways, so we can throw a different trailer on the screen. Actually, I have a trailer that we haven't checked out, okay? And this is a game that is coming to, I believe, PlayStation VR. It's called Demo Reborn, and I think it might be like a music game or something. I don't even actually remember what this was about, but why don't we check out this trailer? Now, I think it might be like 100% in Japanese and stuff, so I don't know how much we're going to get out of this, but it's called Demo Reborn, and I do think that this is coming to PlayStation VR. Let's go ahead and check this trailer out, then we'll come back and we'll talk about some other stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this trailer on the screen. All right, so yeah, that was pretty quick, pretty brief. It is called Demo Reborn, and like I was saying, I don't remember what this is. So let me go ahead and do a Google search real quick. Demo Reborn, PS4. We'll just do that. Demo Reborn release date announced, PS4 and PSVR next year. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this article real quick. And let's go ahead and bounce over to the Webby browser. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, so Demo Reborn wings its way melodically to Japan in spring 2019. As you probably know very well by now, the Tokyo Game Show 2018 just around the corner. Yeah, so Demo Reborn, I believe this is going to be coming to PlayStation VR in the not too distant future. I don't know if we got a new date for this. Developer Rayark claims that they've really enhanced the game this time around. You have traditional exploration segments from the previous edition, and it's some kind of music thing. I know I heard about this, like, I don't know if it was maybe an Upload VR article or possibly a Road to VR article, but I know somebody was talking about Demo Reborn not too long ago for PlayStation VR, and I grabbed that trailer, but I don't remember what the rest of it was. I don't know if this, does it maybe have a date? Okay, maybe, so this is it. This is probably the upload. No, this is an older story. Demo Reborn is a PSVR remake of the classic rhythm game. And it says, make no mistake, Demo Reborn sounds like it will have an absolutely mesmerizing and beautiful soundtrack, but I'm honestly at a loss for how exactly the screen tapping concept will translate to PlayStation VR. I know I've read a news story about this, but damn it, I don't remember where I saw the news story for this. But I think the way this works is I think you're going to be playing actually with PlayStation Move controllers, and instead of tapping the screen, you're going to tap at the air with your PlayStation Move controllers, and you can actually like play piano and stuff. But it's called Demo Reborn. So anyway, that's that. Okay, what else did I want to talk about today? Well, you know what? So one of the things I did need to mention real quick is we are not going to be having an episode of VR 365 tomorrow on Saturday. No episode. No episode on Sunday. The next episode of this show is going to be Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Monday, I think it's the 22nd. So that's going to be the next episode of this show. So you might say, well, damn, what the hell am I going to do tomorrow and Sunday? What's going to keep me covered? Because there isn't a VR Roundtable episode either. All the VR Roundtable guys are gone as well. So no VR Roundtable episode, so it kind of sucks. But one thing I will mention is there is this channel right here, Rendered Reality. And these guys, well, Rendered Reality, and they've been doing a show on Saturday mornings. It's called Coffee and VR. And it's basically a little chat show that they do where they just kind of talk about random stuff that's going on in the VR world. I've checked this out a couple of times. In fact, I listened to this episode right here. I listened to this entire episode today while I was at work. So they're going to have another new episode, I think, tomorrow. Let me see if I look at the videos. Yeah, Coffee and VR. Okay, this might have been the first episode right here a week ago, Coffee and VR. And then they did this episode. I've listened to both of these, and I think they're going to have an episode tomorrow for Coffee and VR. And I think it's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So pretty early. But you can check these guys out. In fact, Rendered Reality, this is kind of funny. I don't know if Rendered Reality's in chat today, but he was in chat yesterday. And I was talking about how I was going to be gone. And, you know, you guys can go ahead and check out like F Reality, do this, do that. And Rendered Reality was in chat. Oh, okay, there he is. He is in chat right now. Okay, Rendered Reality is in chat. And yesterday he was saying, hey, why not check out Coffee and VR? And I did not notice it whatsoever. And I was watching like a snippet of that episode yesterday, just checking it out. I didn't even get around to doing timestamps, but I was watching it and I was like, oh man, Rendered Reality must think that I'm completely ignoring what he wrote in chat. But no, I'm not ignoring it. It's amazing. And this is actually a great way for me to illustrate that so often there's a message that happens in chat that I completely miss. Because even, and it might look like I'm looking at chat, but I'm thinking of a million different things. Like I'm thinking of, oh, I got to do this trailer. I got to talk about this story. I got to talk about that story. Oh no, is the trailer going to be 1080p? I'm thinking of a million different things. And so stuff will happen in chat that I completely miss. And I'm not ignoring it. I'm not deliberately ignoring it, but I could easily see somebody thinking, wow, why is Anthony deliberately ignoring these people? No, I'm not. Sometimes I just don't see chat. And that happened yesterday with rendered reality. And I felt really bad because, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. You know, here's a substitute, Coffee and VR. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. And rendered reality is saying, yeah, they're planning to do one tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be their third show. We're amateurs, but it's fun. Yeah, it is fun. And it's a good show. It's not bad at all. The one recommendation I would have, though, is one of the guys using the microphone from their Oculus Rift. That is not a good idea, because one of the guys has a good microphone, the other guy, not so much. And so the one recommendation I would make is go ahead and get yourself a better microphone. I'm using this is like a blue snowball or blue ice or whatever they call it. It's a snowball. It's only like $50. Do you know that both of my sons, they both have microphones better than me? They got, what's the blue one that's like better, that's like $150? They both got that. I'm still on the blue snowball. And I don't even know why they got these new microphones. I don't know what they're doing with them. I guess they're trying to rap or something. But rendered reality says, okay, his mic was broken, but he has one now. Yeah, that would be the only negative thing I could have said about the show, is that one guy sounded pretty good. One guy didn't sound very good in terms of mic quality. But a decent show to check out. So that is rendered reality. So definitely check that out. Okay, so now I don't have anything now at this point. Let's see, what else? Is there anything else I needed to get into? Yeah, I reminded you guys that our next episode is Monday. Okay, we did all of that. Okay, one thing we want to do, though, of course, is we do want to check out the Oculus Daily Deal of the Day. So we might as well go ahead and check that out. And our daily deal of the day is Durrell Valley. And not a huge discount. It's only 10% off. So it's dropping down to $17.99. Normal price is $20. Over 10 hours are left in this. The ratings are pretty strong. 89 ratings. It's got a solid 4 stars. I did try a demo in this. I like the world that it takes place in. It's very bright, good graphics, looks good. I have not played the full game on this, but this guy says, it's now 10 days since I purchased this game. I have played for 13 hours. The game shows a lot of promise, and I can see plenty of potential for the game. There have been a few updates during this time which have made noticeable improvements to the scenery and rendering, and it is clear that the devs are working hard to improve the game, both to provide features and to iron out various issues. So yeah, Durrell Valley looks pretty good. That is the daily deal. But that's basically what I have for you guys. So let's go check out what the headlines are today. I don't think there's any major headlines. Let's go over to Upload VR. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this real quick. Virtual Reality Toolkit. They're talking about that. Ghost Giant, how this seemingly cute VR story makes depression relatable. Yeah, you know, I don't know that I want to spoil the story on this, but what I will say about Ghost Giant, because I don't know that I've really talked about Ghost Giant since I played it more. And so the original time when I was talking about Ghost Giant, I was saying that it's kind of overrated, I thought, a little bit. People talking about this as one of the 5 best PlayStation VR games, maybe one of the best PlayStation VR games, period. I don't know about that, but it is a very good game. And I've gotten farther in this game. I was stuck at one spot. I got farther into it. I'm on like chapter 8 or 9 or something the last time I played it. And it really gets into a lot more story. And you zoom in and you're seeing the characters and you're seeing this world. Very interesting world. So Ghost Giant is doing some very interesting stuff. I definitely am a fan of this game. Probably the best game I've played in the month of April. You know, I could definitely say that. One of the better PlayStation VR games of this particular year. Ghost Giant, very solid. Yesterday, I think we mentioned this game, Gadgeteer. We actually mentioned this because we were just looking at random Steam games. And this game's getting ready for release pretty soon. I think it's coming out on the 23rd, I believe. Yeah, on the 23rd. So basically next week. and they just got an email from Peter Cow, co-founder and CEO of developer Metanaut, and they're saying Gadgeteer is a physics-based VR puzzle game where you build chain reaction machines to solve fun, intricate puzzles. Your machines will use gadgets to launch, bump, twist, and turn, creating chain reactions that may even end up tearing apart the fabric of space-time. It's a game that's designed for players who are tinkers, builders, newcomers to VR who want replayability, depth, well thought out design. And we looked at the trailer of this at one point. I probably have the trailer. In fact, we could probably pop the trailer on the screen real quick. Looks pretty cool. Definitely, I'll say this in terms of like some of these games, because we've got a lot of, it's kind of like the great unwashed when you think about a lot of the games that come out on Steam. And you just don't know what you're going to get with a lot of these games. Okay, I'm trying to find it. The Gadgeteer EFG. Man, now I can't find it. Every time I want to find one of the... I know I grabbed this trailer, and I know I had this trailer, but I can't seem to find it right now, so never mind. But Gadgeteer, that is coming next week. It does look pretty good. But it does look very involved. These are one of these games that will probably make my brain hurt really badly. And so I just don't know. Like for me, it's all about the onboarding process of this game. Do they take you slowly but surely through the beginning areas of this game? Do you get a basic idea of how this works and then it slowly but surely ramps up? Because I don't want a game that's just going to make me feel like an idiot and feel like I need to go back to college and high school and all these things and like I failed majorly. And sometimes with these puzzle games, they can go down that road. And so I just don't know how this game is going to work. But it does look quality. Like it does not look like somebody just threw this thing together. There's a lot of games that are on Steam that are very much like that. And so many games are mixed in with each other that it's hard to tell a quick little cash grab type of game from something that somebody really spent a lot of time, a lot of effort on, and a lot of thought and well planned out, good menus, good interaction and stuff. For some reason, there's something about this game that kind of reminds me of, was it 10 Hearts? The game by Rogue Sun with those little toy soldier guys. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like this is going to have kind of the care and stuff that was put into that game as well. So that's one to look forward to for next week. But yeah, not much stories are going on here. It seems like all of these stories are pretty much from yesterday. Let's go ahead and check Road to VR and see if there's anything new over here. This is kind of new. I did not talk about this yesterday. So Sony apparently is coming out with a new thing called Theater Room VR. And this is coming out in Japan, and it's kind of like big screen beta, basically, but it is the PlayStation VR version. You might remember we had a conversation, of course, with Alex from Play PSVR. That was on Tuesday night, the Play PSVR podcast. And I was talking to him about how I feel like PlayStation VR doesn't have a lot of these non-gaming experiences. And I think that's very unfortunate because if all you consider is gaming for VR, you're missing out on half of what's out there because there's so many non-gaming things as well. And so I think it's a great idea that they're doing this. So basically, Sony recently pushed a new update to their virtual theater app, Theater Room VR, that finally lets users connect with up to 3 other people in a spacious digital cinema. There's no release date set for users outside of Japan, so there's no telling if it will ever make it over here. However you slice it, though, there's a pretty big catch to Theater Room VR. The very big catch is that all users have to purchase the content they're watching together individually. Oh, shit. Good luck with that. Like, it would be one thing if you had one guy had to own it legitimately, the other guys don't, but all 3 people need to have like how are they going to determine that? How do they determine that? There also doesn't appear to be streaming video service integration like Netflix or HBO Go, effectively leaving users to coordinate with friends and browse the platform's video rentals. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe this shouldn't come over here because maybe it's just not ready for prime time. That's one of the problems that you get into when you have a platform holder like Sony that is hypersensitive to like rights and copyrights and all of that. That's going to make it very difficult for something like that to really work out. But at least they got something. I guess we could say that. At least they have something. At least they're making their way down the line as far as that goes. Okay, so Nintendo Lab OVR. Apparently it is sold out at major online retailers. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Newegg are all sold out of the $80 full set. That's good news. I mean, this is very good news. One thing I can mention too is earlier this week, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. A lot of them are flat gaming too, because I run out of the VR gaming podcasts. And so I have to listen to some flat gaming podcasts. And they were talking about Nintendo Labo. They were talking about Zelda and Mario. And they're talking about, is this just going to be a headache machine? And basically, everybody has basically said the same thing, that it's pretty good as long as you don't start moving your head around. You start moving your head around and you get the smear. And that is problematic with Nintendo Labo VR. But it's great to see that this thing is selling very well. I have still not tried this. Somebody in chat was like, Anthony, did you ever get to try Nintendo Labo VR? What do you think about Nintendo Labo VR? I have not been able to try this yet. I definitely want to try it when Zelda is there, which I believe is on the 25th. So we got to wait a little bit for that. But no, I have not tried Nintendo Labo. But I will admit that I haven't like gone out of my way to try it. I do want to see it. I just want to see it and experience the basics of it. And I really want to see how the Zelda part of it works. I definitely want to see that out. But no, I have not tried Nintendo Labo. I think MameFan probably has some videos on his channel where he's breaking down Nintendo Labo, because I know he's been working on that. So Nintendo Labo is doing well in terms of its sales. Okay, now Firmament, I do know that Paradise Decay, at least I believe on yesterday's program, on yesterday's VR 365 Live, I think Paradise was in chat, and he was talking about the Firmament Kickstarter and saying that, this is in danger, y'all. Danger, bro. Danger. They might not fund this. Look, let me tell you, this thing is going to be funded. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so right now, here it is live. They've got $871,000 that have been pledged. The goal is 1.285 mil. So they're definitely short of the goal. They've got 7 days to go. 11,000 backers have put in on this. And I'll tell you what, do not panic. Don't worry about it. This game will be funded. Here's what's going to happen is the CEO himself is going to go down to his local bank account and he's going to pop out his ATM card and he's going to withdraw about 400 grand and he's going to throw it at there. This game is funded. It's over. It's already done. Don't even worry about it. This game has funded. I guarantee you. Nostradamus Jr. hath spoken. This game is funded. There's no problems. All right. Because no developer in their right mind, unless this is illegal, and the way we were talking about this last time, it's not illegal for somebody that is part of Cyan Incorporated to like pony up 400 grand to get a free 880 grand. It's not illegal. So if it's not illegal, this is coming out, period, end of story. Like, don't even worry about it. They will absolutely do that. They're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. They're going to hit 900K. They're probably going to hit 1 million. They might even make their goal without the owner having to kick out any extra money. But if they don't, he's going to cover the difference, because they're pretty much there. That gives them enough money to get the project up and going and rolling, and it behooves them to come out and to finish the game. It's the project that they want to do. This is going to be funded. I don't think there's any reason to worry. I don't think there's any reason to be scared here. Okay, let me check out what some people are talking about in chat. Gaming Science Teacher says, I'll be surprised if someone doesn't come out with a third-party plastic viewer for Switch with a head strap for people who want to play Zelda but not mess around with the cardboard. Well, the biggest question we have about this Zelda game is, can you do it simultaneously with having your controllers up there in the contraption, but can you play with the Pro controller at the same time as you're using all of that? Because that's the way to do it. And yeah, you make a special strap, like MainFan has done that. And then wasn't there a story, like, where was it? Somebody, was it on Road to VR? Let me see here. Somebody, I know on one of these things, it's like somebody's making some kind of design that works with, was it on here? Let's see. Like right here, this awesome Lab OVR Zelda mod comes complete with a head strap. So there you go. I mean, people are already doing this. Thought you were excited about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in VR? Us too, but probably not as much as Jeremy Paulison. He'll be playing it like this. So like this guy designed a custom deal here. But it's probably not that hard. See, he walks you through his work in the video above and provided us with these other images. In his version, he's added buckles to connect the head strap, held in place with duct tape. Yeah, pretty soon somebody's going to jump on eBay with something like this, with a kit that you could buy. And I guess he's showing you how you could possibly do this if you grab some stuff from an HTC Vive, like one of the extra face gaskets, use a couple other things, use some duct tape, and you put it all together. So yeah, people are going to do that for sure. The real question, though, is can you use the Pro controller simultaneously? Will Nintendo allow for that? I'm assuming that's possible. Yeah, MainFan says, see my Lab OVR videos. He says, the VR Plaza games suck. Animal Blaster games are good. Kevin says, people have already added head mount to Lab OVR. And I need the Rift S to come out soon. Already sold my Rift CV1. That's Virtual Robots Revolt. And also, you know, speaking of that, and speaking of the Rift S, speaking of the Oculus Quest, people really want this shit bad. Like, they really do. And I understand it because I want it bad myself. I really want a Quest bad. I kind of want the Rift S as well for comparison purposes and just in case maybe my IPD works for it and stuff. It's kind of a nice headset to have. But when are these things coming out? And I think Paradise Decay also mentioned this in chat towards the very end of the show, that there's a rumor that they're both coming out on April 30th. Yeah, duh. I mean, there's basically been a rumor since the beginning of time. Since we knew F8 started on April 30th, that rumor has been there. That's been the Quest rumor all along. We've always expected that we're going to get that on April 30th. You know, that's the first day of F8, and everybody has expected this. Okay, F8 2019 keynote time and schedule revealed for Facebook's developer conference. So all times are Pacific. This is on April 30th, 12:30 p.m. storytelling across pioneering platforms. 1:30 p.m. Spark AR Outlook. 3:40 p.m. AR Music. 4:30 p.m. Getting Things Done, the measurable value of VR for enterprise. May 1st, Unlocking the future of Web XR. Spark AR for places in space. So a lot of AR stuff. You know, Facebook definitely getting into AR. But is there like a keynote? Okay, so the keynote is at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. Pacific time on April 30th, there's a keynote for this. And Rendered Reality, actually, was it Rendered Reality or it was the other guy, one of the two guys on that podcast, Coffee and VR, was mentioning that when the Go came out, it was rumored that it was going to be at Best Buy on that day, and the freaking, what do you call it, the keynote hadn't even started yet, and he just went to Best Buy and bought one. He just, you know, he saw it in the cage, got an employee to come over, got an Oculus Go. At first, they had problems ringing it up, but he was able to ring it up, and he bought it before they even announced it at the F8 keynote. This was a year ago that this happened. So, like, this starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. Well, that's the same time that Best Buy opens up. So I mean, I'm planning on taking that day off of work or something, or I just happen to have a dentist appointment that is so beautifully aligned, serendipitously, right around 10 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be at a Best Buy. And I'm just going to walk in. I expect them to be there, man. I expect them to be there, and I expect to be able to buy this on April 30th at 10 a.m. So I'll be watching the keynote from outside Best Buy, waiting for them to open. And I was thinking about it today. I was wondering, when I get to Best Buy, is there going to be like 5 or 7 people waiting around for that? Or am I going to be the only one there? And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But see, the thing is, Best Buys on the East Coast will have opened 3 hours earlier at like 7 a.m. Pacific. So will people living in, on the East Coast, will they have already, Best Buy has, I already bought it. Is that going to happen? Or are they, I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird because it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. But the Best Buys back east are already going to be open. But yeah, so people are wondering about that. And one of the things we can talk about, actually, we could talk about the Oculus Quest subreddit, because oh my god, these guys are out of their minds. Have you guys been over to the Oculus Quest subreddit? These guys are they're just crazy. These guys are crazy. These guys are even crazier than I think all the Vive and the original Vive and Oculus people back around like March and February and early April of 2016, when the original Oculus Rift was coming out and the original HTC Vive was coming out. We were all crazy as well. But these guys are taking crazy to an entirely new level. They just, like, some of these people, like, they can't sleep, they can't eat, they can't relax. Here's someone saying, if Oculus was smart, they release on 420. Yeah, right. Oh, tomorrow is 420, by the way, which is a California holiday. Of course, it's on a Saturday. But yeah, no, I don't think they'll be releasing on 420. I don't think Zuck rolls like that. I don't think Zuck is going to be firing up some blunts with Elon Musk. Don't think that's going to happen. But like this guy, just talk to an employee at Best Buy. Like, these people are looking for they're looking through every little thing to possibly find out when is the Quest going to arrive. And they're like, oh, this happened. And because this happened, that means the Quest is coming on this day. Look at this. Sometimes I lay in my bed and shake. I'm telling you, these people are going nuts. The waiting game, and so they like don't know what to do with their time. And basically, these guys got a long wait still. And I don't know how they're going to survive. I used to be into shit like that, but I don't know what it would take. Is there a product out there that will get me this hyped that I would just, like, every minute of every day, I just constantly think about it, and I'm like, God, when is it going to come out? Maybe the Valve Index? Maybe when we get all the information about the Valve Index, and it's, like, so freaking amazeballs, and then we've got to wait till, like, June 23rd or something for them to start shipping. Maybe I should, like, stop talking smack about these people, because maybe I might be in the exact same scenario that they're in, but just like a month later, when we get all the Valve Index information and there's like some incredible Valve game that's shown off and all of that, maybe I'll be just as crazy as all of these people, because these people are really going bonkers. I've been covering this, like, I've been watching this subreddit. I check out this subreddit on a regular basis, but I've had to kind of stay away from it because it's almost like and other people were saying too, we almost just need to stay away from this subreddit until the Quest finally comes out and everybody calms the F down, because these people just cannot deal with the wait and the speculation and the rumors and innuendo. But checking out what people are talking about in chat, Kevin says, I don't think it will sell out. He doesn't think the Oculus Quest is going to sell out. Wizard King says, with all this hype, sold out day one. Kevin says May 31st is placeholder. I also expect May 1st. Also, it is a situation where, this is a UK retailer. So the UK might get it later. UK might not get it on May 1st. Mainfan says the last time I was hyped about a game system, I was in middle school. Okay, no, it wasn't that long for me. Let me see. The last time I was like super hyped for a video game system probably PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was probably the last gaming system that I was super hyped on because it was like it had a Blu-ray player, and I had seen like all these like videos of like MotorStorm and all these games that, were coming to PlayStation 3. It was a major letdown. I remember I got my PlayStation 3. I thought I was going to sell it on eBay for crazy money. This is a true story, guys. This is a true story. I bought a PlayStation 3 brand new. I was not going to keep it. I was going to sell it on eBay for like $1,500 because that's what everybody thought. Everybody thought you could get a PlayStation 3, you could sell it on eBay for $1,500. The problem is everybody and their mama thought the exact same thing. And so everybody and their mama that bought a PlayStation 3, they were all trying to flip it on eBay. And what ultimately happened is only a couple of people flipped it at the very beginning, and everybody else got boned. And so I had my PlayStation 3. This is true story, folks. True story. I had my PlayStation 3 on eBay for 7 days. Didn't touch it, didn't open it, because I thought, well, maybe somebody will buy it. I got to keep it brand new. So it was sitting in my house for 7 days trying to get major money on eBay for it. It never happened. And then finally, I had to just come to the realization with my tail between my legs, open up my PlayStation 3 and just start playing it. And it sucked. The first month of the PlayStation 3 was freaking god awful. There wasn't a single game on it at the time that like justified running out and buying a place. There was nothing on it right away. Now, I did import MotorStorm from Japan. MotorStorm released in Japan in like December of the year that the PlayStation 3 came out, and MotorStorm didn't come out here in the USA until like the next April. I imported MotorStorm and I paid like $100 for MotorStorm, and it was worth every effing penny, bro. See that big screen back there, that big white screen? You can't see it all, but I played MotorStorm on that giant ass wall in December of 2013, I think, when the PlayStation came out. December of 2013, I was playing MotorStorm on this giant ass wall, and it was some of the most next gen shit you could ever imagine. That was the last time I got really hyped for a video game system. I haven't been, I was hyped for the Vive. I was definitely hyped for the Vive because it's freaking VR, and like, I don't know what VR is going to be. So I was hyped for the Vive. R. Gambo says the first batch will initially be sold out. Crunchy says, I haven't been hyped for a console since the Super Nintendo. And R. Gambo saying, yeah, it's going to be a PR stunt. This is something that does happen. It was much more popular. Nintendo was always the master of this. Like deliberate scarcity, like planned scarcity for the hype, for the like, oh my God, it's sold out everywhere. You can't get it anywhere. People do that. Like they really do that. But we're kind of living in a little bit of a different world now where I don't know that trick really works very well. The way I think about the Quest in terms of availability, I think here's the way I look at it. If you're at your Best Buy within a couple hours of it opening on that first day, I think you're going to get your Oculus Quest. Now, if you come after work at like 7 p.m. at night, you might not get your Oculus Quest. And there could be some people trying to flip them. There could be people trying to flip these on eBay. I don't do that anymore. That was a different Anthony. Like, I don't believe in the concept of getting... We've talked about this before, but I don't need to get into it. But I don't believe in getting over. And so the idea of buying a console that you're not going to keep and you're going to try to sell it to somebody else for a higher amount, that's trying to get over. Like, technically it's not illegal, I guess. Like, it's kind of like this gray area. but I feel like you're actually trying to get over on another hardcore fan of video gaming. So it's almost double bad. It's like you're not getting over on somebody that doesn't even give a rat's ass about video gaming. You're trying to get over on somebody that is super passionate about video gaming, and you're trying to gouge them. That was terrible. Why did I used to do that? God, I used to be a terrible person. I used to be a really bad person, guys. But you know what? I have been reformed, I guess. Okay, well, let's go to the Oculus subreddit, because usually there's lots of drama going on in Oculus subreddit recently. Let's see what's going on over there. Okay, lots of little goofy animations and jokes are going on. Let's see what this one is. My Rift is plugged in? Yep. And everything is working? Yep. So I can put my headset on? Makes sense to me. I'm putting it on. No HDMI connection. Yeah, you know, this is a real thing. But see, this only happens to me when I restart my PC. So like if my PC had a problem and I restarted it, yeah, Dark Anthony was a flipper. I did do it. I wasn't the flippers that had freaking stacks of PlayStation 3s and stacks of Xbox 360s. I wasn't that guy. Oh my God. And that guy does piss me off. You guys have seen the pictures on like eBay and Craigslist. Like, who does that? Who freaking buys like 40 freaking PlayStation 3s and stacks them in a beautiful pyramid and then is like, yeah, I've got 50 of these. And I guess the concept of that is, oh, you're showing people you really do have a lot of them. I mean, you literally got 50 of them, so they could go ahead and buy it from you and they know that you've got them. But oh my God, that is the asshole of all assholes. And K Panic in chat says that's like selling water for $20 a bottle right after a disaster. Yeah, man, that is so wrong. It is so wrong. Paolo Triani says I turned to Jesus. No, didn't do that, but I did. I basically just kind of like, I don't know. You know, I have this philosophy. The philosophy is there's no such thing as getting over, so stop it. Stop trying to get over, because the only person you're going to get over on is yourself. And I think it's a great philosophy. I found VR Jesus, kind of, yeah. I think it's a great philosophy. Like, for example, think about this philosophy like spread out nationwide, worldwide. Imagine if no one on planet Earth ever tried to get over on somebody else. Imagine the incredible ass world that we would live in if nobody ever tried to get over on anybody else. Think about it. Like, there wouldn't be all these companies in China that would be using toxic substances that freaking have lead poisoning in them, because there wouldn't be a race to the bottom to try to make 1 extra cent on everything you manufacture you're trying to get over. People are trying to, what if no one in the world tried to get over on anybody else? Facebook wouldn't be spying on everybody, because that's getting over on somebody, right? Think of all the crazy shit. Like, think of the incredible utopia we would live in if nobody ever tried to get over on anybody else. So anyway, shower thoughts, I guess you could call it. Okay, so let's back up. But yeah, that does happen to me. If I restart my computer, I always have to go over to the HDMI slot. I have to unplug my Oculus Rift and I have to plug it back in. Crunchy says there was a song by John Lennon called Imagine. Look it up. And Greg's VR says you played yourself. Ice-T. Yeah. But yeah, that's my thing is there's no getting over. Stop trying to get over. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of everybody's time. Okay, 8% of U.S. broadband households own a VR headset, while 25% are familiar with VR headsets. We like charts and figures. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's take a look at this chart. Expected virtual reality use cases. Play video games, virtual tours or travel, watch entertainment videos, prawn, watch live events, educational purposes, social interaction, Prawn again, shopping, prawn, prawn, prawn. No, so yeah, so it's interesting. Virtual tours or travel. Yeah, that's going to be a game changer thing eventually. Eventually, think about it, guys. Lots of us are never going to go to Egypt. Let's face facts. How many of us are ever going to go to Egypt? Very few of us. So a lot of us are not going to be front and center with the Sphinx and the pyramids, the Great Pyramids. We're not going to see the Nile River. I want to go to Egypt. I do. I don't know if I'm ever going to go to Egypt. I still haven't even been to Italy, and that's like my home country and shit. So who knows if I'll ever go to Egypt, right? But with VR, imagine a day, John Lennon, imagine, and I think this day is only 10 years away, maybe even less, where we're going to be at a point of photorealism for something that doesn't require extreme interactivity. Like if you're just, for example, like the Mona Lisa painting, right? I don't know what museum the Mona Lisa is in, whatever museum that's in, but there's going to be a day where I'm going to be able to see the Mona Lisa, right? I'm going to be able to see the Mona Lisa in a VR headset with flawless representation, and there's going to be no difference. In fact, the difference is I'm not going to have to like squeeze around somebody to get a good look at it. I don't have to smell somebody's BO or whatever. I don't have to pay money to get into the museum. I don't have to fly to Paris or France or whatever to find it, or wherever the Mona Lisa is. You don't have to do that, and you're going to get virtually the same exact experience, at least visually and audio-wise. Maybe not tactile touch. You know, you're going to go to freaking what do you call it? You're going to go to Egypt, right? So you're not going to like smell the dust storms and stuff, and you're not going to have the sand everywhere, and so you're not going to get the entire experience, but you're going to get like 85% of it. Kind of like red matter. You get about 85% of the red matter experience if you play the PlayStation VR version. So virtual tours and travel, that is going to be huge. That is going to be a game changer. Watch entertainment videos. So Prawn is included in that, and that's why that ranks really high. Watch live events. You know, live events is really going to be a game changer when we have like some kind of a version of volumetric video. The thing that Intel's been talking about forever with like, what do they call it? Fractals and all that, or whatever kick they were on, voxels or whatever. You know, Intel made this gigantic ass studio, and they're talking about how they're basically going to have a situation where, individual pixels are going to be in 3D space, so you're going to be able to move around. Because I've always thought, I've dreamed of this idea. I used to be a hardcore NFL guy, and imagine if you could basically be standing right behind the running back, the quarterback's right there. You see the freaking offensive lineman, you see the wide receiver over there, you see the referees and stuff. You're looking up at the stadium and shit, and you're standing right there on the field, and you're watching the quarterback hike the ball, and he drops back, and his body like actually goes right through you because you weren't standing far enough back. Imagine the incredible sporting event situations that we're going to have. For sports, it's going to be a game changer like none other. You're literally going to be able to stand at center court during the NBA Finals and watch freaking Stephen Curry run by you and launch a long-distance three-pointer, and it's going to be like you were there. I mean, we're going to hit photorealism eventually. We're going to hit volumetric video. That's why anybody that thinks that VR and AR is not going to dominate entertainment 100%, what is wrong with them? Like, what is not firing in their brain? What synapses are not working? Because how could you possibly imagine that it's not going to dominate everything? It's literally going to dominate everything. It's not a question of whether it's going to happen. It's a question of when it's going to happen. And it basically comes down to flawless photorealism representation, good field of view, a decent comfort level, and then the volumetric video technology, like some next gen ass volumetric video technology that we don't currently have. It's going to be there, man. Like Greg's VR, be ringside at Caesar's Palace. Just think of all the things that you could possibly do. And then porn as well. Yeah, porn is going to be there as well. And there's going to be all kinds of crazy versions of porn. It's going to be a bit scary. And then, what we talked about yesterday as well. We were talking about the AI assistants, and we were... There's a good podcast that you guys should probably check out. It's Joe Rogan. He's talking to some dude about AI, and they talk about sex bots, and they talk about the unintended consequences. There's going to be a lot of unintended consequences with this. For example, imagine 30 years from now, freaking airlines are going out of business because no one gives an F, because no one's going anywhere because they can bring everywhere to them. Like, think of all the airline pilots that are going to be unemployed. I mean, I don't know. This is going to be a disruptive technology to such a high degree. Think of the real estate agents that are going to lose their jobs because you don't need them anymore, because you don't need them to show off a house anymore, because you can go to any house you ever want to look at. So it's going to be crazy. But anyway, yeah, this is some of the stuff they're talking about here. 8% of U.S. broadband households have that's of broadband households. So it's not 8% of all U.S. households. Okay, I'm going to try to get back to the front page of this. And for some reason, I always have problems trying to go back. So I'm going to go ahead and just erase this crap and go like this. Okay, yeah, if you guys have just tuned in, this is what's called a shiz show. This is a shiz show. This is where I have nothing prepared, and I just get up on here and do whatever I can to make it happen. And that's what we're doing here. Did I cover the Daily Deal? Yeah, I did. I did cover the Daily Deal. It was Darrell Valley. Okay, a pretty big Oculus sale has just started. I heard, wait a minute, y'all. This is the story right here. See, if I had time to prepare a story, this is the story I would have went with. Have you guys seen the video for this? This shit is crazy talk. This is some crazy AI shit. Like, AI is really going to change the game, y'all. Look at this. Okay, so this is Facebook AI research. These Facebook fools, they are not stopping. They are doing some next level stuff. And so right here, what they're doing is they can take an AI and have an AI basically just watch live footage of humans doing whatever it is. And then basically the AI can just kind of learn what this human is doing, and it can kind of figure it out. And then it could basically pop it into a video game. And so this is kind of what you're looking at here, right? It studied that video. It studied the way this guy moved. Now look, his feet are kind of moving around really crazy style. So it's going to take him a while. Look, they're putting it on different backgrounds, putting it next to another tennis player. Look at this crazy ass shit. This is our AI future, guys. AI is going to be the best thing that has ever happened to us and the worst thing. It is going to be a weird ass world that we're going to get into. And look what they're doing for freaking video games. I mean, they could freaking cure cancer, but no, we want to have a really accurate tennis player in video games. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some of the most accurate looking tennis players you ever have imagined. And so this could translate to all kinds of different things. But what I was curious about, do they have to have any rights to this? Can they for example, what I mean is, can they just give the AI the freaking NFL Sunday ticket, and then all of a sudden Facebook is coming out with the best football game that has ever been seen, the most incredible animations you've ever seen, just totally kills freaking John Madden football, just absolutely destroys it, because they basically gave the NFL Sunday ticket to their AI freaking super hyper intelligence. And then it said, thank you for all the information. Thank you for all the information that you just gave me. Now I am going to create an incredible video game that will destroy John Madden football and make Electronic Arts go bankrupt. But yeah, this is some pretty crazy technology right here. This is absolutely amazing. Look at this. You can do it for dancing. I mean, this is going to find its way into prawn. Interactive prawn will be enhanced with this as well. Anything video, Beat Saber, not Beat Saber, but like Dance Central. Look at this. This is going to be some crazy ass stuff. We are entering a bizarro world, folks. We're basically handing over the keys to HAL 3000, and we're going to let them take over. But as long as our video games look awesome, it's worth it. It's worth it, guys. As long as our video games look incredible. Yeah, so that does look cool. That really does look freaking awesome. I mean, I don't know what the ramifications... It's the unintended consequences. Like, that's the real thing, right? The unintended consequences of all this AI crap. We're not going to know for like 20-something years. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? Oh, okay, so, you know, there are these discounts going on. Scion Bolt is $5.59. Not a bad deal. But let's go back to the Oculus Rift experiences here. Maybe I could look at the sales area. We could just talk about sales. So let's go over here, Rift. And, oh, Spring Fever. So is this the Spring Fever deal? Okay, let me see. I'm going to try to go to sales. Top selling. Where's the deals? Okay, should I just go on Spring Fever? What is this? This is $59.99. Okay, so you get 7 experiences for $59.99. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so Windlands 2, Game of the Year 2019, brah. That's a nice thing to throw in there. Spark is hell of underrated. I really like it. Spheres, like that as well. Tethered, Bending the Light, Voxel Fly, Marble Land, Nah, you know what? I'd pass on this for $59.99. I'd pass on that. But where do we have our deal? Okay, on sale now. Here it is, on sale now. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these deals, folks. VR gaming, deals all the time. This is the beautiful thing about being a VR gamer. You got deals up the yin-yang. Look at this. Creed Rise to Glory, half off. You can grab it for $15. In Death, almost half off. You can grab it for $18. Shadow Legend, down to $20. Vox Machina, $21. The Wizards is almost in half at $15. You got Carnage Chronicles at $16. Apex Construct at $15. A lot of great games, a lot of good deals. Raw Data down to $20. Electronauts is a 10 spot. The Exorcist Legion VR, I think that's just the first episode, so that's not much of a discount there. Bulletproof, not terrible for $6, 70% off. Sprint Vector is Red Matter. You know, Red Matter's got a little bit of a discount there. So a lot of good deals. To the Top, $15, one of the best VR games out there, in my opinion. I thought that was everybody's golf. I was like, what? They got Sony's golf game before anybody else? Wanted Killer VR is $7. Witching Tower for $10. See, Witching Tower is the perfect example of a game that you probably saw it come out. You probably had a little bit of interest. The reviews were relatively mixed. And so you decided, I'm going to stay away from this. But now at $10, you can definitely roll the dice with something like that. Heart of the Emberstone, $15. I think Heart of the Emberstone, one of the best VR games we got, period. Like, I think I would put it in my top 20. Carly and the Reaper Man, kind of cool, especially if you like Moss and these kind of platformer style games. Carly and the Reaper Man is pretty cool. Also, the other thing to think about this sale, guys, don't just think about the Oculus Rift. Think about the Oculus Quest, brah, because you might get some cross buys with this. For example, Creed Rise to Glory. You can grab Creed for $15. You might get it on your Oculus Quest. I don't know if Creed has been confirmed for cross buy. In Death might be coming to your Oculus Quest. So you could do some double dippage, you guys. You could do double dippage. Apex Construct, hasn't cross-buy already been confirmed? So if you're looking to buy Apex Construct for your Oculus Quest, maybe buy it now for $15. Buy it now on the Rift and you'll have it on both platforms. These are things that we're going to start thinking about. Shadow Legend VR has been confirmed for Oculus Quest. Not going to look anything like the way it looks here, but it has been confirmed. I don't know if cross-buy is confirmed. See, that's the thing. You know, I'm not sure which ones cross-buy have been confirmed for and which ones they haven't, but you might want to think about double dippage. Double dippage is a factor. The assembly is $15. I've heard mixed things about that. Let's see here. Tea Time Golf, $7. Mervils, you can get Mervils for $6. That's a game that might come to Quest at some point in time. Bloody Zombies is half off, although probably should be even cheaper. Townsman VR, only $6. Labyrinth Mind Labyrinth VR Dreams, stay away from that one. I would love to recommend it, can't do it. Scion Bolt is $6.50. What just happened? I lost everything. I don't know what happened. I must have scrolled to the very end of it and lost it. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, there are some good deals on the Oculus Store, so definitely check that out. You got to consider double dippage. Let's see what people are talking about in chat in terms of double dippage. Kevin says, I expect you to die is crossed by, I believe. Hussein X says, Heart of the Emberstone might pull the plug on that. Yeah, Heart of the Emberstone is especially awesome in terms of the audio. I think it has some of the best 3D audio. Like, audio is one of the most underrated things out there. Oh, Rudel Zavedno says, is To the Top any good? Hell yes it is. To the Top is probably one of the best 30 or 40 VR games, period, across all platforms. I like it a little bit better on the Vive, though. For some reason. I don't know why, but I like it a little bit better on the Vive. But To the Top, oh man, the soundtrack is so awesome. You're basically Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a really good deal. Mainfan says Witching Tower is worth $10. And Mainfan says To the Top is amazing. And it really is. And Heart of the Emberstone has really good audio there, to be sure. Absolutely. So yeah, there's some deals going on over there. Okay, you know what? I got to bounce out of here because I got to get going. Yeah, I'm going to be going on vacation for a little bit here, so I got to get the heck out of Dodge. So yeah, sorry for this episode. Probably kind of lame, but sometimes these things are going to happen. But see, VR 365, that's what it's all about. Every once in a while, we are going to have a craptacular episode that might not have like hard-hitting trailers and stuff like that. But you know what? It is what it is. We move on because there's a show the next day. But not tomorrow, guys. Not tomorrow. No show Friday. No show Saturday. No show Sunday. Make sure to check out Coffee in VR. That happens tomorrow on Saturday. You can check that show out. Also, check out F Reality. Awesome show there. On Sunday, I'm not sure what's going on that day, but on Monday, you'll probably have an episode of Virtual Strangers to check out as well. You could also check out some back episodes of Play PSVR, the podcast. Or did I get that wrong? Is it PSVR Play? I'm always getting that mixed up. But there's back episodes of that podcast you can check out. So there's a lot of stuff to check out. I will be back on Monday about 4 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, so I'll be back in the building, and we're going to start to get closer and closer to Chaos Central, baby. Chaos Central, which is F8 and Valve Index within a 48-hour span. Within a 48-hour span, we got F8 and we got all the Valve Index information. Talk about information overload. Think of all the videos all of us are going to have to create based on all of the chaos that comes out of that. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. All right. Well, anyway, I got to bounce out of here, guys. I will see everybody on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend and play some VR games. Play some VR games and buy some games on sale and have a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Take it easy. Later.